What's up, Flick fans? Critics' Choice nominations are coming. We usually just get an email, but they're actually doing a thing on E, and so I'm not going to react to the TV portion because I'm a member of the voting body for the film portion, so that's what we're going to be reacting to today. We'll talk about TV a little bit, but I want to know if what I voted for got in and then how it lines up with my predictions. And again, I am a part of Critics' Choice. This is our FYC showcase that we get every year along with a ton of stuff that I'm looking. I mean, I have a big vat full of Marty Supreme ping pong balls. So they're trying to entice me by sending me stuff. Hate to say it. You can't sway me. I'm voting for what I want to vote for. I'll vote for F1 if I want to. And I did.
You what?
Here's the thing. I need your thoughts down below. How does this impact the Oscars? What will it mean for certain people if they don't get nominated? Leave your thoughts. This is your place and space to talk, and I'll respond to as many people as I can. Also, drop a like, share this video if you want, and in 2 days, we're going to do some Oscar predictions and see how this really made it worse, better? I don't know. Here we go, baby. And we'll talk about all the TV stuff here in a second, but you all know where it's at. It's the movie prediction game. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but okay. Whoa! See, that was the wild card. I didn't know where number 6 would be. In Your Dreams. K-pop. Amelie and Zootopia. Yeah, okay. So, man, Nisha 2. God, I love that movie so much. Yeah. Thought maybe Scarlet. In Your Dreams is interesting. Here we go. I've got 6 in mind. That's 1. Cougs? Yeah. We're on a nickname basis here. Guillermo. I was a little nervous about Guillermo. Safdie. So Panahi probably not on, right? I know it's ABC order, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it was between Jafar Panahi and Guillermo del Toro. Here we go. Man, they're moving through these. Elle Fanning, great. Good. Love to see that. Love to see that. So we got 2 for sentimental value. Amy Madigan. This is playing out. Yep. Good choice, by the way. I love that. All right, so we're right where we needed to be on that one. I believe that's the 6. Yeah. He may just be the favorite right now. Jacob Elordi, man. Paul Mescal, expected. Sean Penn, expected. So who we missing here? Adam Sandler, baby! Ah. I knew he was going to be on there. It's just nice, because those were the top 6. It's just nice feeling some resolution. Ah, I love that. The Sandman. Yup, may just be your favorite. Well, maybe. I don't know. Rose Byrne's right on her heels. Yup. All right, this is lining up perfectly. Whoa. No Cynthia Erivo. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, no, she might be cooked there. I don't know. Oh, boy. All right. Man, that was surprising. Yes! Yes! Joel! My boy! Yes, okay, cool. Yup. That's the 6. Maybe they'd go Weed. I'm in the voting body. Go Clooney. Jesse Plemons. Wow, man. Begonia, Best Picture. Wow. Frankenstein, okay. Hamnet, yep. Expected. There's Jay Kelly. I didn't know. Okay. One battle. I'm getting nervous. Yes. Oh, man. Okay. Train Dreams. No Avatar. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Now, with the Avatar thing. Sorry, ladies. I'm kicking you off here. So the Avatar screenings that we all got invited to, I got invited to, but unfortunately there was a blizzard, so I couldn't make it. That was the day before, actually the night before, voting ended. And if you didn't get to see it that night, you're not voting for it. And so while I am a little surprised that Avatar didn't make it in, and I was nervous for Wicked there, Cynthia Erivo not getting in, that's not good news for her. But not to say that I wanted Wicked in there. Look, I think Wicked for Good is a pretty good movie. It would not have been in my 10. I did not vote for it. I'll reveal here what I voted for as we go. But man, let me tell you, I am still a little stunned that Avatar didn't get in there because there were screenings. People did see it. It was just such a close call. Literally the night before voting was supposed to end. I'm not overly stunned. I guess I was, but I'm not now that I think about it. Okay, let's go through these film nominations again. And when we're looking at Best Picture, there is a heavy crossover between Critics' Choice and the Oscars. Last year, I believe it was 9 for 10, and over the last several years, it's been like an 80 to 90% hit rate. And so this does mean more than people think it means. Not necessarily the game changer in certain other categories, but there were a few misses here that I'm a little concerned about, and we'll discuss those. But I want to start with a couple of these categories that I just got really excited about. Best Foreign Language Film, you've got movies in there like It Was Just an Accident, No Other Choice, Secret Agent, Sirat, Left-Handed Girl. These are all movies that I'm so hyped for, that they're getting recognition, and the race for this category with the Oscars International Feature is going to be, which, a little different. This is foreign language film. It's going to be very, very challenging to try and predict that fifth and final spot. How about the stunt category? Warms my heart seeing this on here. I'll tell you the movies that so with the Critics' Choice ballot, you give 3 options for these categories, and my 3 options here were, I believe, Mission Impossible, Ballerina, and F1 the movie. So my 3 choices made it. Now, I was very close to putting Warfare on there. Part of me wishes that I would have considered that a little more, even over a movie like F1 that I love, but it gets on there. That makes me happy. Sinners and One Battle After Another, of course, some great stunt work in there. But man, this is such a great list of 6, and I'm so excited that they all got recognition. Casting and ensemble, some movies that were a part of my decision-making here. Marty Supreme, Sinners, One Battle After Another, all 3 getting on there. Jay Kelly gets on. I was questioning whether that would or not. Hamnet and Wicked for Good. And so the critics went for Wicked for Good in this category. Interestingly enough, did not give Erivo the nod. We'll get to that. Production design, you've got some great films on here. Fantastic Four, maybe a little bit of a surprise that Fantastic Four made it, but I'm very happy about that. Sinners, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, and Hamnet. I will admit here, I did put Wicked for Good in for production design, as well as Frankenstein and Sinners. I think all 3 of those movies deserve to make this, so happy with that. Best Visual Effects. This is a great category. Again, I did not see Avatar. I did not vote for it, but it's very abundant and obvious that it should be on there. But again, I just feel when I don't see a movie, I just feel weird voting for it. But all these films, really, if you look at it, deserve to be on there. Best Sound. A couple films I'm looking for here that I voted for. Warfare, F1, One Battle After Another. All 3 on there. That's amazing. Costume design. I was, Frankenstein first choice on this, far and away the first choice. But you got some films on there like Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Best comedy. It is very important to me that the voters get this one right. And the 3 films that I voted for are all 3 on there. Ballad of Wallace Island, Friendship, The Naked Gun. Those were the 3. Now, I heavily thought of putting on there One of Them Days, which was a really funny film. I was hoping it would make it. Splitsville makes it. Eternity makes it. Those 2 make a lot of sense. The Phoenician Scheme, that sense of humor that Wes Anderson brings. So all of those movies make sense, but I'm like, man, One of Them Days is more like a classic comedy. Regardless, I'm happy with the movies that made that portion of the list. Best Score, this one's very important to me. You all know how I feel about a score in a movie. Frankenstein, F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sinners, and Hamnet. I think Hamnet is a really good score. The song, the very familiar song, I won't spoil what it is, played at the end, does a lot of heavy lifting there. But 5 out of the 6 there, I'm super excited about. Best Song, we knew we were getting in. Golden and I Lied to You. Those are the 2 obvious ones. The Girl on the Bubble makes sense. Train Dreams, being on there. I didn't vote for Train Dreams, but that's amazing. I think I did 2 Sinners songs and 1 K-pop Demon Hunters song. Drive, love it. And Clothed by the Sun, which I didn't really think about when I was voting, but that's a solid choice. It wouldn't have been in my 3. Best editing, House of Dynamite being on there. Not too happy with that. I didn't love... It's a well-edited film, but I think it has such a pacing problem, especially towards the end. And you don't really chalk that up to editing, but it's definitely part of the issue there. But Marty Supreme, F1, and Sinners... Those 3 are very, just, they at least deserve to be mentioned in the conversation. Hair and makeup, no surprise seeing a film like The Smashing Machine makes a ton of sense. 28 years later, though, is a nice little surprise. Not overly surprised by that, but I didn't know if it would make it in. Cinematography, I love these choices. Train Dreams, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another. Those choices, and Sinners, obviously. Those 4 warm my heart. Now, I love seeing F1 in there. Obviously, a massive fan of that film and the way those racing scenes were filmed. And so really, and I feel like I'm dissing Hamnet here. Hamnet is a gorgeous movie. So this 6 is an amazing 6, and I think all of them are going to be competitive for an Oscar nod. Animated feature. The one that really shocked me here was In Your Dreams. And I'm a little curious as to why a film like Naja 2 just isn't getting the love that it needs to get. And another one in Demon Slayer. I actually voted for Demon Slayer, and I put it pretty high on my list, and so a little sad that, it's a very niche thing, I understand that, but is it that niche? Because it made $600 million at the box office. Maybe niche for voters, if you will. Adapted screenplay. Could Wake Up Dead Man break into the conversation here? And if it did, would it start to mount an Oscar campaign? The answer is no. The answer is Begonia and Frankenstein. And for me, the one that I voted for that I was super passionate about getting in there was Train Dreams. And while Train Dreams was never a lock, I always saw it as a clear, this should get into the 5, in this case 6, and it did, and then no other choice getting in there as well. The other ones, it was very obvious, no other choice, One Battle After Another, and I also voted for Begonia, and so I love seeing movies on there that I voted for, obviously. Original screenplay. Now, here's another one that I was curious. Could Weapons break into this? And it did. Could Sorry Baby get into that conversation? I never imagined it would, but it did. And so Jay Kelly gets in. I'm seeing this for the first time. Marty Supreme gets in. Oh, wow. It was just an accident. Did not get in. Oh, my goodness. Now, it wasn't in my 3, but I expected it because the 3 that I voted for I was very passionate about. But I expected it to get in here, so that's a little bit of a surprise, man. Holy smokes. So we've got Weapons and Sorry Baby over, and Jay Kelly, I guess, technically, but I kind of expected Jay Kelly to get in there. That's a surprise. I'm seeing these for the first time. Best Young Actor or Actress. I love this. Carrie Christopher, Miles Caton, and Shannon Mahina Gorman. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Those were my 3 choices, although the young boy from The Plague did a wonderful job. Jacoby Jupe from Hamnet, that's an obvious choice. So we've got a great list of young talent here, young performers. My goodness, all 6 of these are incredible. I'm so glad they're represented. Best Supporting Actress. Now we can start getting into the ones that we've seen, and I am not shocked by any of these. 2 from Sentimental Value, and I knew critics would go for that, so I had a feeling. Ariana Grande, I love her in Wicked for Good. Again, Wicked for Good, I don't think it should be in for Best Picture. I believe Grande should be in for Supporting Actress. Absolutely talented. Taylor, she's a front runner. Amy Madigan, I don't know if you all have been paying attention. Amy Madigan has been surging with critics as of late, winning a lot of these award shows, and so should pull it off here. That would be insane. And Supporting Actor, I was a little fearful. I'm like, man, is Elordi or Sandler going to get kicked off for one of these other guys? They didn't, thank God, and so both of those I'm super excited about. But now with the Oscars, it's like the other 4 are kind of locks. Is it Elordi or is it Sandler? I'm starting to think maybe they're going to nudge Sandler out, but Jay Kelly seems to be that type of movie that's resonating heavily with voters, and so I don't know, man. I don't know exactly where they're going to go, but man, I love seeing both of those guys in there. Actress. This is not good for Cynthia Erivo. Amanda for Testament of Ann Lee, I thought she was on the outside looking in for sure. Thought it was Erivo's spot, and it also got casting, and so Wicked for Good getting casting, but not getting... It's a little interesting. For me, I don't don't entirely know how to feel about that. Again, I was part of the voting body. Personally, Jessie Buckley, Emma Stone, Chase Infinity, those were my 3 choices. I believe the others, deserve to be on there, but at the same time, I'm like, man, hey, Cynthia Erivo not getting it, that's just bad news for her campaign in general, because she really needed to get Critics' Choice. Best Actor. I look at this list, and that's kind of exactly where I thought it was going to go. Edgerton wasn't a surprise, but it makes me happy. I put Edgerton in my 3 spot, and so I had Chalamet, DiCaprio, and Joel Edgerton. And I edged out Michael B. Jordan on my personal list. It hurt me to do so because I think Jordan is so good in that movie, but Edgerton, what he's able to do, the subtleties, and just an absolutely beautiful performance. Ethan Hawke, we could very easily be talking about Hawke v. Edgerton for that final spot, because I think the other 4 are locks. I can't wait to talk about The Secret Agent in a short that I'm doing on this channel, so Mora deserves to be on there, but man, I really like this list of actors. We're not getting it wrong this year with those 6, let me tell you. Best Director. I thought maybe Panahi could break in here, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. This is a critics' body, how we feel, critics as a voting body, how we feel about Trier and Zhao, and personally, I would put Panahi on this 6. He wasn't in my 3 that I voted for. I believe I did PTA, Safdie, and Coogler were my 3, I believe. Or did I put Del Toro on that? Now I can't remember. I believe I did Coogler as my number 3. I voted, by the way, Frankenstein in terms of tech noms and things. I voted for Frankenstein maybe more than any other film, but I have a lot of passion for that movie, so it makes sense. I want to get into Best Picture here. And Best Picture is a category I was very curious about a lot of things. Could Wicked for Good slide in? Would Train Dreams continue to surge like it has been surging? Can Jake Kelly actually be a part of this conversation? It's really starting to look like Jake Kelly is going to get an Oscar nomination. Some people very opposed to that. Begonia feels like a very Critics' Choice-y type of pick. I don't really think it gets an Oscar nod, but maybe over a movie like Wicked for Good, because Wicked for Good is strange. It needed Critics' Choice. It got Critics' Choice. It's gotten into AFI, Hollywood Critics Alliance, National Board of Review, their top 10. Now it has Critics' Choice. If it checks off the Golden Globes box, I don't know how we don't look at it as a Best Picture nominated movie. But at the same time, I've been starting to feel like Avatar Fire and Ash it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be Wicked or Avatar. And a lot of the critics saw Avatar at the last second. Some of them may have even submitted their ballot before seeing Avatar, because it was literally a last-second screening, and so I don't know how to approach this. Avatar really being the only movie that we didn't get a ton of opportunities to see. I only got one, and it got snowed out, so I wasn't able to see it. And so I don't know how to look at this as, is Avatar out of it? I don't know if I can say it is. And if Avatar's not out of it, what movie is it taking out? What movie is it going to take out here? I could take out Begonia, but we're just going to replace it with it was just an accident. I think that is a lock for Best Picture. And so you've got your Frankensteins, Hamnets. Hard to take Jake Kelly out right now. The way the industry has felt about this film so far, along with Jake Kelly doing extremely well in a lot of these other places. Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value. I don't know if it's full on as big of a lock as it was, but I definitely think it's in. Sinners and Train Dreams could be in trouble, but Train Dreams got in the AFI 10, the Hollywood Critics Alliance, and the National Board of Review 10. And so Train Dreams has the similar resume to Wicked for Good right now. What movies don't? You got films like F1, Rental Family, none of them showed up here, Wake Up Dead Man. Sentimental Value didn't get into two of these, National Board of Review and American Film Institute. Now, there are reasons behind that. AFI usually doesn't put in international features, but at the same time, I'm just like, what movie is in trouble? Austin, which 5 did you vote for? My 5, in no particular order, were Frankenstein, Begonia, One Battle, Marty Supreme, and then I debated on Sinners or F1, F1 being higher on my favorites list this year, but again, you've got to weigh all of these elements. I ended up doing something a little crazy because I kind of knew Sinners was going to be on here regardless. I put F1 in to my 5 spot. Look, guys, I love that movie. I'm not ashamed to talk about how much I love that movie. Didn't get in, really had no shot to get in, but I just wanted it to be represented. Begonia is going to be the one here that probably gets pushed out for the Oscars, but I do love seeing it making this critics list because it's one of the more unique, more exciting movies of the year for me. Regardless, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to keep in mind here when it comes to the Oscar nominations, and I pose the question to you, what film is on the outside looking in for the Best Picture 10? We've done a lot of talking. I've probably done a lot of babbling. I'm going to let you go now, but we'll be back here to talk about my 10 Oscar Best Picture predictions, and I got a lot to think about. All right, bye-bye.